Hey there, VC HHD students. My name's Andy. I'm a VC Health and Human Development teacher. In this short video, we're looking at the VCAA 2025 HHD sample exam, question number 7, suggested sample answers. This is relevant for Unit 3 and 4 HHD for the 2025 plus HHD study design. Just a reminder, there's lots of ways you can engage with the Health Resources Hub. If you're on our YouTube channel at the moment, you can subscribe with the button in the bottom corner of the video there. That means you'll get alerts to all of our new videos as they come out across the year, especially in the lead up to the HHD exam this year. Also got our website, the hrh.net.au, where there's opportunities for HHD students and teachers, so please check that out. We've got our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook pages where you can follow us and get alerts to our new videos and other opportunities, and also our email info@hrh.net.au if you'd like to get in touch. Before we dive into this video, just a reminder, there are some new Unit 3 and 4 A+ course notes and practice questions available via our website. So if you're a HHD student, you're preparing for the exam this year, you'd like some great course notes which cover all the relevant glossary terms and key concepts you need to be across as part of your revision for the exam, you can head to our website and you'll see there's a student drop down and then a course notes and practice questions link, and it'll take you here where you can click on that link there and fill in the form, and we'll be in touch how you can access our course notes. And there's also practice questions for all the different areas of study across Unit 3 and 4. And there's easy, sample, and hard practice questions with sample answers for all of those. So feel free to head there and fill that out if you'd like to get a copy. Okay, so this is question 7 for the sample exam, and you can see it's worth 6 marks there. And so they provided you with this stimulus material here, so a table looking at the proportion of people who met the fruit and vegetable recommendations by lifespan stage. And so you see that they've got adult, youth, and childhood, and then the percentage that met the fruit recommendation and the percentage that met the vegetable recommendation. So A for 2 marks was asking you to use data to outline one difference that is evident in the table above. So obviously if a question mentions, okay, to use data, you need to be including numbers as part of your response, and you should always look out for any units, okay, that are relevant to the particular data that you're referring to. So we're looking at the percentage here, obviously, and it's just asking for one difference that's evident in the table above. So there's obviously quite a few differences there that you could choose from. So here's a couple of suggested sample answers. So the proportion of adults who met the fruit recommendation is higher at 44.1% than the proportion of adults who met the vegetable recommendation at 6.5%. Or the proportion of those in childhood who met the fruit recommendation is higher at 67.8% than the proportion of those in childhood who met the vegetable recommendation at 2.3%. So there's obviously lots of other ways that you go about talk about some of these differences, but you can see there the data has sort of been incorporated into each of those sentences in the suggested answers, and it also mentions there who is sort of higher and lower in those particular sort of categories when referring to either adults or childhood. So you can see the considerations there. You should only provide a single difference from the table, not multiple differences, because that's what the question is asking. And then you get a mark for demonstrating the difference and then a mark for correct use of data. So that's pretty straightforward, I think. Just a reminder before, okay, we head on and look at part B, there's still a couple of opportunities if you'd like to head along to the ACE HH exam revision lectures I'm running this year and help you prepare for the exam. You can see there's 2 dates still available on the 5th of October and the 15th of October. Both of those sessions are running online, so you can join from anywhere in the state. I'll be going over Section A and B exam strategies and advice for the exam, as well as covering the key concepts across Unit 3 and 4. You'll get a great set of notes in the post if you book a spot, but you can also bundle it together with that revision questions book that you can see there, and that's got over 500 marks worth of practice questions, a full trial exam, and a full chapter on section B, okay, in the exam, as well as sample answers for all of the questions. So if that's of interest to you, you can head to book.acevc.com and sign up there. So then B was asking you to suggest how a nutritional imbalance of fruit and vegetables could have an impact on the health status of children or adults for 4 marks. So it's important in questions like this, obviously, to think about, okay, the key terms in the question. So they're talking about a nutritional imbalance, okay, so not consuming most likely enough fruit and vegetables, okay, and then, okay, it says fruit and vegetables, so you can't just refer to one of those in your answer, you need to refer to both, but how could it have an impact on the health status? And so that's obviously thinking about health status indicators in your answer, so things like incidence, prevalence, mortality, morbidity, etc., and then children or adults. So if it says or, you only have to focus on one of those, not both. So there are a few key things to look out for in a question like this. So I'd be thinking of separating your question into sort of two halves, so essentially two 2-mark responses. So you can see here, okay, a sample answer. So the first part says if adults underconsume fruit, they're likely to have a lack of fiber in their diet, as many fruits such as pears are high in fiber. And then as fiber contributes to a feeling of fullness, a lack of fiber can contribute to overeating of energy-dense foods, and that could lead to weight gain, obesity, and increase the YLDs and burden of disease for overweight and obesity. So I think always when linking into fruit and vegetables, linking into specific nutrients is important. You'll also see as part of that response there as well, mentioned how that nutrient is then relevant for the development of a health condition, and then linked to that health condition into health status. And so I've used YLD as an abbreviation because it's already used in the study design as abbreviation, so there's no need to write it out in full. So then the second half there, if adults underconsume vegetables, they're likely to have a lack of antioxidants in their diet, as many vegetables such as broccoli are high in antioxidants. Antioxidants can help to reduce free radicals in the body and reduce cell mutations that cause cancer, and therefore a lack of vegetables may contribute to premature death from cancer and reduced life expectancy. So essentially, once again, linking into a specific aspect of vegetables, so antioxidants, and then talking about a lack of vegetables and a lack of antioxidants contributing to a certain health condition, and then linking that into a health status indicator. If linking into reduced life expectancy, I think it's a good idea to link in premature death from a health condition, because it's that premature death that can reduce life expectancy. Okay, so in the considerations there, okay, you can see the question's worth 4 marks and mentions both fruit and vegetables. So you should treat that as essentially 2 separate responses, 2 marks each, and make sure you're focusing on children or adults, not both. Obviously, there's lots of other ways you could answer this response here. It doesn't have to just focus on fiber and antioxidants. There's other links into other nutrients you could make, but they're probably some of the more common ones. And so then you can see the suggested mark application. So essentially linking from an imbalance of fruit to a health condition and linking that then onto health status, and doing that then as well for vegetables, okay, is essentially how the marks would be broken down. Okay, hope you found that useful. Just a reminder, if you're after that practice questions book, you can head to book.acvc.com. And if you're after our course notes and practice questions, you can head to our website, hh.net.au. Thanks so much.